Listen to the taste of food, the flavor of food, the texture of the food as you eat, and that can slow down how fast you eat. I'm going to share with you what you can do for you to be able to lose weight without even counting calories. So just by cutting out things like processed foods, like packaged food or even wrapped food or even canned food, you can cut a lot of calories and start losing weight. You have to start eating unprocessed foods. You might want to start eating things like complex carbohydrates like sweet potatoes, brown rice, whole bread, because these are very low in calories, but they are full and rich of nutrients. And also you might want to start eating things like salmon, tuna, tilapia, eggs, and even organic meats and cuts. Just by making those small changes, you can start seeing reduction in your body weight, and your health is going to improve. Things like vegetables, you want to go for very fresh veggies. You want to go for things like cabbage, spinach, celery, lettuce, kale. And for fruits, you might want to go for things like berries, kiwi, papaya, and even avocados. Stay away from things with a lot of fat and salt like potato chips. Also, we have ready-to-drink juices and also soft drinks like Pepsi. And there's so many kind of juices when you go to the grocery stores. They are all full of sugar, and that might make your journey for weight loss to be much more difficult. So the second thing you want to do is to sometimes even just eat the same type of food, but you want to increase your activity level. So you want to go for things like walks, you want to go swimming, hiking, jogging, and moving maybe around your block. Tracking your steps can be one of the things. Maybe say you want to do like 10K every day or 15K every day. So although this is not so ideal because you are just eating the same amount of food, the only thing you increase is your activity, which makes you to burn calories and lose weight. It's not ideal for nutrition. It's not the best advice I would give, but still it works if your main goal is just to lose weight. Reducing the portion size of your meals can also be another way to lose weight without counting calories. Maybe a feast should be enough for carbohydrates. Proteins, you might go for just the palm size of your hand, maybe the thickness and the size. Veggies are very important. Most vegetables are not heavy in calories. Maybe for vegetables, you can go for maybe 2 feasts. If it is maybe raw vegetables, you can do 3 feasts, because when you cook vegetables, they become much smaller in volume. For things like fruits, you want to avoid drinking fruits. Try to eat the real fruit, because you want to consume fiber from it, and that leads to total less sugar from the fruit. You might need about 4 oranges to make 1 glass of juice, but if you have to eat all the 4 oranges, it might not be so possible. You might just have to eat only 1. The same goes for mangoes. So 1 orange is about 87 calories. So if you have like about 4 oranges squeezed all in a glass, you could be going with something over 300 calories. The fourth thing you can do is to start to prepare your food differently. If you're someone who is used to maybe deep frying your food, like dipping your food in oil to cook it, you might want to start using an oven and maybe just grill your food. That's going to reduce the amount of fat, because fat has got about 1 gram of fat is about 9 calories. So you might be getting rid of all that, which is going to lead to big weight loss. Ketchup has got salt and sugar in it, so you want to maybe reduce or even stop using. If you like to use something like say mayonnaise, you might avoid going for the thick, heavy mayonnaise. You might go for light mayonnaise, which is going to again reduce the amount of calories you're consuming, which means you're not counting calories, but you're just trying to prepare your food differently and eat differently. You might want to use less oil to marinate. Sometimes don't use oil, just marinate that way, and that should be able to help you. Now, in case you like to cook with oil, maybe some light frying, like on the pan, so you can try to use things like extra virgin oils and coconut oil, which is much more healthier. The other thing I like to talk about is mindful eating. And I always tell my clients, when you want to maybe eat less food, less calories, try to eat mindfully. If you eat watching TV, you are going to eat a lot of food because your attention is actually on the TV. When you eat, try to chew your food a little bit more, because most people sometimes they just put food in the mouth, 1-2 bites and they swallow. So that's another way to reduce the amount of food you eat. You want to also to listen to the taste of food, the flavor of food, the texture of the food as you eat, and that can slow down how fast you eat and then can lead to eating less food. This takes a lot of effort to do, especially in this era when people's attention has been grabbed by the internet. Another thing you can do is to try to cultivate behavioral changes that can lead to a leaner body. You want to sometimes skip some meals, like you might skip your breakfast or your lunch, and because of this you'll be reducing the amount of calories that you eat in a day. Also try to avoid eating empty calories like candy and alcohol, and when you eat sometimes try to use like a smaller fork or even spoon, because it takes longer to maybe finish your food, and sometimes people end up not finishing that food, and that can contribute to weight loss.